We're here live today with Etienne Jacquet for Algoma Thunderbird basketball show. How are you today, Jacquet, Etienne?
I'm doing very good. Just getting out of camp right now with little kids in the community. Sorry for being a bit late, but it's good. I'm doing what I love, coaching basketball.
And then that's something again. When you're doing something you love, it's not even work, right?
That's right. It's no work. You don't see the time fly by, and the kids are enjoying it. And I have a smile on my face, so I basically have the best job right now.
Totally understandable. But now, if we can ask, where are you doing camp?
Right now, I'm doing a camp in Sault Ste. Marie. We're at the former Tech gym. It's a slam camp that we're running, the elite camp this week. I'm doing girls in the morning. Got some girls in here that are getting a lot better, high school age. And this afternoon around 1 o'clock, we're going to be doing for the boys. We've been doing that all week, and it's been going very well. I think the kids are getting better. I think they're really loving it.
And something we talked about, or last week you were on vacation. Talk a little bit about your vacation, but away from basketball for a little bit.
Oh, vacation was nice. I was able to go down first. I went to a couple of cities. So first went to Montreal. Went to see some friends there, as well as a little bit of family. After that, while we were traveling to Niagara, I kind of did the show for Mr. Aaron Tate. We went down to Niagara. I had not been there in a long time, and it's right there in Ontario. Try to go out there and then spend a little money there, kind of do my part for the economy, I guess. And it was very nice seeing the waterfalls, doing activities, and to be honest, kind of being a little kid again, going on go-kart, playing mini-putt, eating at different restaurants, and, just really having fun away from basketball. But knowing me, it only lasted really 24 hours, and then, I was back and looking at some basketball stuff. But I tried to really disconnect as much as possible from basketball. And then went down to Ottawa, just went to go see some friends again and some family, and finished off the week again in Montreal. So my immediate family this time, my mom, my brother, my sister, and just had a lot of fun. Really good week.
And now you're back to helping with the slam for this week. But the big thing is September 8th. All the guys will be in town by then, right?
Yes, September 8th. It's getting to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. I know guys are going to start coming up starting August 26th, I believe. Some of the guys are going to start coming up slowly. But September 8th, our roster is going to look very good. I'm kind of pleased of how we're going to look this year.
And it's something. Let's talk when it comes to basketball. Let's talk the last few months about what's it been like communicating with the team and using technology to recruit what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's been good. Technology has been good. I've been able to communicate with the guys. Also doing some of the things that we're doing is really putting some stuff online, doing some Zoom calls, putting some stuff on our different platforms that we have, and just having the ability to leave my message out there so that even if they weren't there live, they could get access to it so that everybody is up to speed and we're all on the same page. And right now we're in our little kind of 1 or 2 week kind of break from basketball before we go hard on September 8th. So communicating with the guys is very good. I feel like some of the guys that came up, they understand what they need to get better, and it went very, very well. But to be honest, man, I can't wait to do it live. It's more fun when it's live.
And with everything happening, how's it changing September 8th? Can you work with the whole team, or what do you have to do there?
September 8th, I'm expecting all the guys to be there. The only thing that could really stop it is something that would be out of my control, such as governmental access for the Americans, depending if they can cross the border or not. And of course, guys that have major injuries, I'm not making them travel up. But I believe we should have, the majority of the team here. Out of 17 healthy guys, we should have 15 guys up here right now confirmed. And I'm still working with the Americans to see how we're going to get them to cross the border. And if not, they'll be there a couple of weeks later. I believe September 21st is the date where they're planning on opening up the board.
So let's talk a little bit about the new recruits. When it comes to new recruits, like you say, we got a long list. We'll start with Satchel and Sterling Benjamin. Talk about the two brothers coming in first a little bit.
Well, Satchel and Sterling. Satchel, these guys are bigger guys. They're Americans from Dallas, Texas. They're bigger, stronger. They're going to add some size that we need. They're younger guys, so they should be there for 4 years. Have the ability to get better. Satchel, bigger, better out inside. Sterling, a little bit versatile inside and out. So these guys, man, I'm going to be excited to see these individuals. We didn't have many guys. We didn't have any guys as big as these guys are. So they're going to be a great addition for us.
And then a little bit with the next two, Jaylen White and Matthew Green.
Okay, so Jaylen White, he's probably going to be the biggest guy on our team. I believe he grew another couple of inches, I think 2 or 3 inches. So he might be at 6'8". We'll measure when he gets here. He's going to be our big guy inside and a strong guy. He's going to be blocking shots, doing all these type of things. He's going to be very useful for us. Matthew Green, experienced individual, had the ability to play on different basketball teams, especially prep teams. He had the ability to play with some high-level guys, the Torn Makers of the world, the RJ Barrett, the guys like that in Toronto, Brampton area. So he's really going to be helping us with some of that experience. But like I said, both these guys also young and with lots of eligibility. So we're going to be building with these two as well.
And then next we got Ben Cooper and Aaron Tate.
Ben Cooper, X Factor, very fast, feisty, loves to learn, loves to just be around. He came up for a week. Loved a lot of the improvement that I've seen in him that week. So I'm excited to have him around. I think he's the youngest guy, or one of the youngest guys. So I'm going to bring him along slowly, but he's going to definitely be a good product for us. Moving on. Second guy, was
Aaron Tate.
Aaron Tate, Gabe guard, 6'6", athletic big boy. He's going to be able to do different things for us, almost like a good old-fashioned Swiss Army knife. I know we don't use these terms no more, but he's going to be able to do all of that stuff. We can play big with him. We can move him a little bit down in the level in terms of his positions. If we want to be a little bit smaller, so he's going to help us there. Individual with some experience as well. Should be really up to him to see how much he can actually contribute. But definitely an interesting piece. He had some Division I offers prior to going down to the States and playing JUCO, so he has that potential to be an elite level talent.
So then we have Jabril Jama and also Bingus Bangora. Bingus Bangora more or less is like the father figure of the team, age-wise, but can you talk about those two players? Yes.
Jibril is going to be pretty good. Jibril also had a couple of offers to go downstate at 6'5" as a guard. Unfortunately, he got injured, so really he's looking for an opportunity to get better. He's the type of guy that's going to be able to play from 1 all the way to 3. He's going to learn the game. He's going to be better at the game. He has some athleticism. Okay, his shooting got a lot better this summer with some of the reports I've been doing. So that's good to hear. And he's a real competitor. He doesn't like to lose. I've really got that from him. And I like that kid. Like, really, Jabril, he's one of these guys that, I want to see what he brings. He comes with like a chip on his shoulder, and that's really good. Next guy we had.
Like I say, Biggest.
Oh, Mr. Bangura, Mr. Super Athletic, the explosiveness, quick twitch. Woo! Listen, Biggest is gonna need something. We're gonna need it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. He's gonna bring us some highlights. I mean, brother is athletic, and everybody says there's levels to athleticism, but he has something else, and he's gonna help us defensively, definitely. Also in transition, looks like he's gonna be a great scorer for us. That's what I'm seeing so far. So biggest is there, and confident, very very confident individual. So added a little bit of technical aspect to him. I'm expecting some big things for biggest. To be honest with you, like I'm expecting big things.
Make it exciting for the fans too, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we have Keneal James and Roman Nero. Roman Nero, who has ties to Sault Ste. Marie with his dad, used to be living here. Can you talk about those two players?
That's right. Roman Nero, natural scorer, very, very natural individual that's going to be able to shoot the ball very well. I feel he's one of those guys that, sometimes you have some guys that are offensive minded. He's going to be one of those guys. Offensive minded, looks to score. Younger guy, has experience playing provincial championships. Very, very good family, and like I said, connected to the Sioux. Keneal James, probably our most experienced guy, went played overseas, played some years university. Him too, probably him, biggest, and Travis, to be honest, we're going to have a little small dunk contest one of these days to see who's the most athletic. But definitely can get up there, can be better, and he has that man strength, that kind of stuff that we need. And he also has that maturity in order to develop and get better. And he's seen a lot of different things. He's going to be almost like a natural leader. People are going to follow him with his examples. So he's going to be the old guy, one of the old guys on the team, and he's going to help the new guys along.
And talking now, going into September 8th, we still got a couple weeks. Are you still working on any more new recruits?
Yes, I am. I'm basically looking for a final recruit. Unfortunately, we kind of lost Jabril Jama for family reasons. So in order to kind of replace him,
sorry, Coach, it's not Jabril. You lost.
Not Jabril. Sorry, Omar Jama. Sorry, yeah. We lost Omar Jama due to family reasons. He's not going to be able to attend Algoma University. So now we're looking at replacing him with another individual. It's almost done right now. I received the confirmation text, but we'll wait when the letter of intent is signed, and then we'll present him to everyone in our community. It's some great news, to be honest with you.
And to talk a little bit about, you have 11 new faces coming into the roster, 8 veterans. Can you talk a little bit how you're going to get that team to come together with, like you say, the new guys to the veterans?
The thing is, I already kind of see a little bit of a synergy where these guys are talking to each other, communicating with each other, and kind of learning how things are going to work. Some of the new guys took the opportunity to come up to kind of have some one-on-one instruction with me and understand what needs to be going on. And as well, some of the veterans, they already know me, but also have communicated with me as well to see what we need to do in order to change what we do and how we're perceived by everyone else. We already know we have our dream that we want to achieve, and that's the most beautiful part of it. Everybody kind of believes in that little dream that we have. Maybe some of these guys will talk about it, but there's goals that we want to reach, and we see that everybody has that goal from the youngest rookie to the oldest veteran. Everybody has that goal in mind, and it's about putting in that work and now having the mentality to put everything together. So I feel that part is already there. And then the one part that's going to be exciting to see is, doing it live, because we're already doing it online via using distal, social distancing. But it's always basketball. It's a live sport, and it's always good to kind of get these guys together so they can build that synergy and that camaraderie, so they're all together.
So this is a 2-part question. Talk about your recruiting class, and then the veterans. where do you see the starters for this season? Putting a little bit of pressure on you here.
Yes, I know. I know you're talking to me about what do I see in terms of starters. Obviously, I'm not going to give you that answer, but I can definitely tell you that there's a couple of guys that can, if they work the way they're supposed to, we have the opportunity to really be big. I'm seeing, guys like Vincent, uh, Vincent coming back as a veteran. He was already playing a lot of minutes. I feel he's going to be if he comes back the way he's supposed to, he's going to be doing the same thing. Devin was one of our best defenders, and he only got stronger, bigger, and stronger. Once you start seeing his body, you'll see he looks like a different guy. Stephen Kabongo, I mean, we've been spending so much time in the gym right now. He's going to be a different animal as well. So, and some of the new guys that we're bringing in, the big bodies, I mean, I believe we're bringing 6 or 7 guys, over 6'5", with athleticism and having the ability to play, plus 2 more kind of athletic guys in Keneal James as well as Biggest Bangura. So you're starting to kind of see that, we're going to be a deep team, and it's up to the guys to decide who are going to be the starters, but we're looking to play deep. So if everybody that works the right way and that does what they need to do, they'll be able to touch the court. So that's what I'm seeing right now.
And to touch base a little bit more, you just started to touch on the veterans, but we'll talk a little bit about the veterans now compared to the new faces.
Right.
Well, first 2 I'll mention is Travis Thomas and Devin Myron.
Okay, Travis Thomas, definitely athletic individual. He's going to be joining us. He's going to help us on the defensive end. Very active on the defensive end, very active on the boards. Great individual coming back. He's actually super excited. He wasn't able to play last year, so he's looking forward to this, man. I can see it. He's looking forward to playing this year and helping us. Devin Myron, he's been working. He's been working, and he was already a good defender for us. And now 1 year experience under his belt, he's definitely going to be able to help us kind of add to our defensive philosophy, while at the same time adding that championship experience to our squad. And now, knowing everything, knowing how the league works and everything, and how much needs to work to get better, I can see some great potential for Devin Myron.
And you touched base on Stephen, but Stephen Kabongo and Maxim Bellamy.
Yes, Maxime, I'm seeing. He's one of the guys that came up for a week. We kind of worked a little bit, and Maxime, I'm like, listen, this is your time to dominate. So it's really in his hands. He's been working every day. I've seen him work. He actually got himself a personal trainer, so he's working on his guard skill, and he's like, listen, I'm coming up here to he didn't like what happened to us like last year, and he felt he was a little bit partly responsible, and he wants to be part of the success as well. So he's been putting a lot of work, working very, very hard down in Montreal with some of our former Thetford guys. So you can already know that he's going to be coming back with some, definitely with some better skills. Stephen Kabongo, he just never left. He's like, coach, I'm staying here, right here, every single day. We've been going 2 a day, basically twice a day. So Stephen, thank you for not letting me sleep. We've been going in the morning, in the evening, even after the camp right now. I'm going to be with Stephen, and we're going to be working out and getting him to get to a level where he can help us offensively. That's really one of his goals. So we're working on that, also working on his basics and definitely his technical aspect, the technical aspect of the game. So Stephen, we've been working now for about, I believe 7 weeks. So we've just been putting all that time in the gym. Now it's going to be up to him to compete, to take a slot.
And Cole Evans and Vincent Falado.
Yes, Cole Evans, definitely been working on his jump shot. Right, he's a Sioux guy, so he wants to represent for everybody that's in the Sioux and be an inspiration for all the little kids that are in the camp that said, hey, listen, we have a Sioux guy on this team. he's playing, and I want to be able to do the same thing. And actually, one of the kids here actually was talking to me just yesterday about that. They're like, yeah, and it's possible for a Sioux guy to make this team. So we want to train and get better and do that. And that's great. That's because they've seen Colton on the team and they see that he can do that kind of stuff. So Cole is putting in that work to do that, and he said it himself. He's trying to get better. And Vincent, we all know how Vincent is. Vincent is really competitive. He's been working and trying to get better. He has a gym at work, so he works. He goes to the gym. He gets out of the gym. He goes to the park. He's been working. I'm seeing him work on his handles. His shooting is looking better already. I also think that he picked up a little bit of muscles and stuff like that. I feel like he got bigger. I can't wait to see him live actually, because he's looking bigger and stronger. And he really took to heart working on his handles and stuff like that. So I feel like that got better as well. So I can't wait to see how it translates to everything with how it translates with everyone here and how everything translates with him. Because he's going to be a very interesting X factor, because he can play inside and out. And if you can be hitting shots consistently, we can play very, very big.
And you have Eddie and Josiah right now on the injured side. Can you talk about those
That's
two
right.
returning?
Yes, they're going to be returning. They're going to be coming in January. Both guys really, it's really about rehab. We're talking. Josiah basically had his surgery, so now he's going to be resting. And Josiah, man, I'm thinking about you, man. I know we're going to be okay. And he got his surgery and everything, so he's getting there. Basically resting and getting stronger. Eddie is a little bit more advanced in terms of his injury, and he's definitely going to be working on lower body area where he's going to be getting stronger. He has access to physios where he's at. We had a conversation 2 days ago where we're really talking about, how he wants to be able to contribute, even if he's injured. So what are things that he can do to help the team? And I know that when we were having the show, he was like, even if it's just going out and getting some water and doing different things, I want to do whatever it's possible in order to be a great teammate and help out. And once I'm ready to go, I have my opportunity to fight for my minutes and go.
And with them not returning to January, courses are online anyway, so they're not losing out when it comes to the education end, right?
When we're talking about, I think you said education, you mean the education aspect in January?
For Eddie and Josiah, they're not missing out on education-wise because of what's happening. They're going to be able to do their courses online, right?
Oh, yes, definitely. So in terms of education, definitely things are going to be able to be done online. Actually, there's a great opportunity for them. That's what I told them. I'm like, make sure you advance yourself in terms of academics. We're big on that here. We're very big on academics because, we want you to leave with something when you leave Algoma. So we want you to leave better than you came in. I'm a transformational coach. I preach that all the time. So these two guys, I'm like, listen, maybe we're not playing right now, but how injuries go. Things happen. So make sure you keep getting better. Make sure you take care of your classes so that when your opportunity comes, you're able to join us on the court. Basketball is not going anywhere. And
talk a little bit. What did you learn from your veterans here after your first year with the Thunderbirds?
What I learned from my veterans is really to understand how to communicate with them and get them to believe that their games can be better. That's really what I learned from them. Also, what I learned from them is, everybody wakes up and wants to be successful. Now it's having the ability to come with an open mind so that somebody that's been there, that's done that, that's been successful, and you're humble enough to take that advice, but also competitive enough that every single day you're going to get to the gym and get better. And in our case, twice, maybe 3 times a day. So that's what I learned from the veterans that are staying. These guys want to do this. They want to train and get better. and they understand that, you know what, we got hit the upcoming season, we learned. Now it's our turn to give back, and we're training in order to do that.
And every team in, let's say, youth sport is getting in the same boat, but how are you going to use the next 4 months to help your roster to get ready for January?
Or really using, it's really going to be using our IQ, getting our IQ better, understanding the game a lot better, having the ability to be close together. I mean, we're basically going to be together all the time, right? Online classes allow you to have a little bit more freedom, so we're going to see each other more. And really, it's going to be about communication, learning, and trying to become elite. So we're going to do different things in terms of developing our shot spectrum, having our shot spectrum be more versatile, our finishes, our the technical aspect of the game, work on that part, right? Understanding spacing, and then, understanding with our IQ where we need to go and what we're trying to accomplish, as well as, having fun and learning from one another. We have a lot of time to learn from one another and be together. So that's the plan, really.
And what needs to happen to make Algoma more competitive in the OUA this upcoming season?
To make Algoma more competitive, we have done it through recruiting, bringing guys that have character. That's basically, usually that's 30 to 50% of the battle. Bring in guys that have the attitude that, listen, we're trying to do something, and now let's put everything together so that we can be better. Now it's going to be up to us, and when I say us as a unit, to understand where we can best contribute to the overall goal, and having the humbleness to say, this is where I'm better than some other individuals, and this is where I need some improvement, and let's work on that. And if everybody does that and we're on the same page, we're definitely going to be able to compete. Second aspect is really going to be about, light went up. Just 1 second.
No problem.
This light went out. Second aspect is really about putting in that work. We brought in guys that want to work. And it's just like everything else in life. If we have guys that want to work and that want to learn, that want to get better, you're going to get better results. It's not real complicated. So we've done the work now. Now it's to put it all together and show our results.
And I've seen from this past season, your type of coach, doesn't matter if you're first year, second year, those 5 guys on the court earn their spot no matter who they are, right?
No matter who they are. And it has to be, in my philosophy, it has to be like that. Because you want to be rewarded for the things that you do well. And obviously, you want to understand how you can get to a better position. I mean, if you're a better shooter and you're in year 2, you're a better shooter than the guy in year 4. The guy in year 4, it's up to him to wake me up at 5 a.m. and say, Coach, I'm about to go take 1,000 shots, because I don't want this year 2 guy to take over from me. But maybe the guy that's in year 2, he's going to say, Coach, I want to be there at 4 a.m. and I'll leave at 4:45 because I want to keep that position. But at the end of the day, both guys are getting better and both guys can contribute. That's what we want. That's the type of individuals we want, and that's the type of culture we want to create. And hopefully people watching us are going to indicate that our culture is changing with our attitudes. And as well as with our perception of how we need to do things to get better.
And something, what would it mean? You're coming into your second season. What would it mean for you and for the school of Algoma to actually make the postseason, like say this upcoming season?
To be honest with you, I think it would mean a lot to the community. I know this community is looking to have a winner, and it would mean a lot to them. For me, I've been there before. It's nice making the playoffs and everything. So for me, I'd be humbled if I was able to do it once again. But also for these guys, because a lot of these guys that we have recruited are guys that, maybe had a little bit of bad luck, or they were not really selected right away, or they were not, truly all-stars. So all these guys, they have a point. They want to prove something. They want to prove that it can be done. Now, if it could be done this year, that would be great. I would be happy for the community, and I would be happy for the guys. And me, hey, me, I'd be humbled and say, hey, you know what? I was able to do it in this city for this organization.
So thing is, and I use not just OUA or U Sport, but we'll use NBA, we'll use the NHL this year. This season is going to be totally different than everything else. So when it comes to making the playoffs, being a double-edged sword here, is it yes, we made the playoffs, or yes, we made the playoffs because of the type of season it is?
Actually, I think it's going to be, it might be tougher to make the playoffs because everybody's going to have that time to prepare and get their guys better. So making the playoffs, I believe, is going to be tougher because everybody's going to have that same time to prepare. And if you give individuals, coaching staffs time to prepare, you've really earned whatever spot you get. So everybody's having the same opportunities, but with more time. So now you're making the playoffs is something serious. That means it's a reflection on the coaching staff. It's going to be a reflection on the players' ability to be serious and wanting to get better. And it's going to be a reflection on the organization allowing these individuals to work towards being successful, which is for us trying to get one of those playoff spots.
And away from going basketball a little bit, but being a basketball guy, your thoughts on the NBA up until now?
Oh, the NBA is nice. I've been able to watch a couple of games, but it's nice to see these guys. And one thing I really noticed is like the level of skill is so much higher because these guys had time to actually refine some skills. Like, and I mean all over the league. I mean the Phoenix Suns. You can see that they didn't lose a game. They didn't lose a game, so they went 8-0. So these young kids, they had time to kind of work on their game and develop certain things, and they were able to play. And also some of these other teams, like you can see that with the scores. I mean, you're seeing 130 to 114. You can see how much the travel actually affects their game, and you can see how good these guys really are. And having the ability to score and their technical aspect it's something else. But it's fun to see this, and it's fun to watch. And to be honest, like you knew you missed it, but now it's even more fun to watch because you can actually see how good these guys are. If you think about the regular season, the regular way of doing it with all the travel, and they were still able to score. And now it looks like an AAU or a high school kind of tournament, and you can see how good these guys really, really are.
And that's something I was away on, like say, for a few days taking a vacation and talking to family and friends sitting around. They're hockey fans more than basketball, but still, these basketball and NHL players have not played this style of sport since they've been high school age, right? So it's totally different.
Right.
And putting this much more into the game so much, it's more entertaining, don't you think?
I think it's really more entertaining. In the case of basketball and the different sports, it's a lot of them are in enclosed situations where what they're doing is focusing 100% on their sport, just like when they were kids. Every time they had a few minutes, that what they were doing is enjoying the love of the game and putting in some time, and it's paying off. Like you're actually seeing some of the guys get better at their sport, so it's fun to see.
And no NBA players or NHL players sneaking anybody in, we hear either.
Yes.
So one thing I have to ask, and I'm going to say, Biggest, like say Bangoria, shares everything on social media. I love it for Sioux Sports and Algoma. But does that mean if he's on social media, does that mean he's not bouncing the ball or working out as much?
I don't think so, because Vegas has his own court, and he has his own court. He has like a little, I guess you could call it a little barn where he has his own basketball court. So, but he likes to pick up a lot of different things. I mean, when I send something via social media or via our different platforms, I can always kind of tell that Vegas is already like top 3, kind of looking at everything, kind of learning. He's really looking to learn and getting excited to learn everything. So judging from some of the scores that he had in terms of physical attributes and how his handles developed and how his shooting is getting better, you can't have those numbers without being what's the right word? Without putting in some time.
So I just have to give him a rib now before I even meet him. So when I do meet him, I can bug him even more. That's all.
You'll see what I mean when I say he developed. We kind of watched a little bit what he was doing in terms of reporting at the start of the recruiting aspect, and now he's been a couple of months in. He's a totally different man.
Now you say you're working this afternoon with the high school boys this afternoon.
Yes, sir. Working with the high school boys from the region. I got some guys here from, let me see, they're in the gym right now. So White Pines, some other individuals from different places around the city. So Cora, I see a Cora shirt there. So we have basically representative of most of the high school that are here. And we're about to get a lead camp going in about 15 minutes.
And do you see somebody that might have some prospect for upcoming when they graduate from their high school for Algoma?
Yes, I'm actually seeing guys with potentials. They're in grade 10 right now. Definitely they need some work. But I mean, if they're willing to work and they're willing to invest their time in terms of individual sessions with myself or with coaches around the city in order for them to develop, they will definitely have a chance to play at Algoma. I'm seeing some potential right here.
And what does that say about high school basketball in Sault Ste. Marie, Coach?
It says that it's at one point, but it can definitely develop. It can be even better. If you're a kid and you really want to play basketball, you have to invest into the knowledge of the game, but also invest into your technical aspect of the game. And I think that's the biggest thing that I feel it's missing right now in Sault Ste. Marie. Now, we have some individuals that are great, that are coaching these kids, that are getting them better, and you can see that they know certain things about the game. But now we need to reach the step where it's really an investment aspect of, okay, let me spend a little time learning basketball and see if I can be good enough or elite enough or great enough so that I can play at a high level, or our level, which is the highest level of scholastic basketball we have in Canada.
So, and any final words before I let you go, Coach?
Well, recruiting is basically, I can say, is basically done. One last guy. I feel like it went well. It was a good time for the summer. And I was able to kind of reach almost all my goals. I was able to get into the community, basically get the media going, having the ability to work with some of the guys. The recruiting is good. The organization is getting better. And we even find a way to figure out some way to practice with COVID. So I feel like it was a decent summer, right? The only thing really, I wish it could be more live. I wish I would have been able to go out and see more kids play during the summer, during my free time. But we managed to have a camp going. So now for next year is, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, I'm looking to go see some of the high school games. I want to be involved in the community. If there's anything, make sure you can contact Jay or contact me directly. And we're open to getting basketball to a new level here in Sault Ste. Marie and following regions.
And Coach, I'm excited to wait and see so we can do the announcement sometime this week for the show next week about your final recruit.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna make sure we dot the I's and cross the T's. Make sure everything is there. But our last guy is also gonna be one Nothing to say. Exciting individual coming up.
Okay. Only thing I'm going to say, and I don't think I'm going to leak anything here, Coach. It's another tall guy, right?
You know me. I love those versatile big men, those little big guys. So definitely, we lost Omar, so we got to replace him with somebody about the same kind of caliber guy.
So thank you, Coach, and we'll talk next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the questions, everyone.